Greetings, everybody. This is Joanna from Universal Love and Light Wisdoms. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today, what a beautiful day that we have here in our just about summer. And it's going to be an exciting week. We're going to do a universal energy reading as we've been offering every week. And these are just general Ascension teachings of energy wisdom that I've learned over the years, of the many years of awakening and enlightenment pathwork that I've been doing. And I've written 3 books about Ascension and awakening and what the multidimensional bodies go through and how we experience Ascension, how we experience awakening, and also how that affects the family that we live within, because as we awaken and move through our energy frequencies and shifts, so do our children and so do our families, and why so many people are feeling the flux of energy and change, huge change. That energy inspires and ignites, and that's what my 3 books have been about, is my attunement and my awakening to everything that shifts in my reality as I awaken to who I am as Source Creator. And what we offer on our website is a vast amount of resources that I've been given through the visionary work that I do with the many councils and the many multidimensional beings. And through the purity of my offering of who I am as an authentic being of Source. And really having a grander, vast, open, exploratory, fun, creative intention to explore who we are, what we exist within, and really what exists within us. So that all that we are begins to change and move with the universal flow, as opposed to the old paradigms of earthly human experience have been very boxed and held within small perspectives due to the various programs and due to the various themes that we've been moving through in separation. So this is really the new consciousness templates that our work is now entangled and dancing within, is the joy of these unknown consciousness templates that we're all stepping upon and co-creating. So as we expand into these new expansive ways of behaving and living, we often talk about sacred living, and it is the vibration of sacredness within. We feel that vibration of sacredness as we awaken into that soulful God essence. And we say God that totally transcends all dogma that has been written and experienced in the human experience. And that soulful source essence is all that we are as a multidimensional, infinite, vast being of consciousness, of love, of light. And we co-create through our higher frequency observations or perceptions of who we are becoming. It's a constant state of becoming. That perspective of who we hold is constantly shifting and changing as we are. And as we open into that creative, excited play, knowing that we're vast and infinite, knowing that it's ever changing and ever shifting, we release those stagnant perspectives that really keep us afraid of change, and releasing those fears and transmuting them. And so that's what many people are feeling, is the shifting and the changing of relationships, how we deepen into relationships, how we're healing who we are through our relationships. And we've spoken many articles and offerings in the last 3 or 4 months. Actually, it's been longer than that. Our weekly radio shows that we offered talked about the gardens of love and healing the heart of family. And that is really about what are we seeding and co-creating in all of our relationships. And the heavenly councils and the divine source creators, the Christ consciousness, giving me these visions of the gardens that we are and the seeds that we are of source, of light, of love, and how we seed the gardens and the consciousness fields and the realities that we walk within and we play within and we co-create within through our healing of thyself, our relationship with thyself, the relationship with the source creator, our relationship with Gaia, our relationship with the celestial families, with consciousness in every potentiality. And that relationship begins within first. It's that inner seeking of who we are as love first, who we are as light, who we are as a multidimensional vast being, who we are as the gifted beings of love that we were breathed in. And why breath is so important, to bring in that centeredness, to bring in that stillness, so that we reconnect and we remember ourselves as love. We revolutionize who we are as love. And it's very fluid and it's malleable. And many of the experiences that I've been having with breath and when I'm doing my chanting and my movement is I'm feeling the things that are physical become less physical and move and malleable, like we talked about in one of the offerings this week. And that's allowing you to feel the fluidity and the beautiful elegance that is source, creator, that we've talked about and offered it many times. But these are the new fluidic offerings that is now being offered in June. These really accelerated, intense solstice offerings will be honoring ourselves in the flow. We'll be honoring ourselves in greater intimacy of the flow. That it's okay to let go and be movable and fluid and malleable in our relationships and allow the letting go to occur, allowing the releasing to occur, the many relationship changes and shifts that people are moving through, and allowing all others to live in their path as they're flowing with their frequencies, and to allow that centeredness to still remain in that flow. Because one can still be grounded and centered and claiming thy power, which is a very male, divine male frequency, and claiming that power, but to still be movable and malleable within it, owning that centeredness and having it be okay. This is a shifting and a changing moment. I'm okay with it. I'm on with it. And just that soft and loving allowance. And that's the divine feminine. That is really, really the beautiful entwinement that I've recognized as creational. And this is what will be more and more evident for those in the coming months and years. It's really being present with the harmonizing of divine and male frequencies, that harmonization of all that we are. And that becomes that creational alchemy power that we each have in the highest frequencies of love and light and benevolence, and really harmonizing those frequencies in allowance, compassion of all others, compassion for yourself and what you're moving through. And then having that ability to return to center. That's the harmonization of the divine mind, harmonization of the soul, harmonization of your sacred heart with source created. And allowing that I get this is another release. I'm deepening my self-respect. I'm deepening my self-honor. I'm deepening my self-empowerment to come back to center and say, this is how I choose to live in this next moment. I'm centered in love. I'm centered in light. I'm allowing this to be fluid and malleable. I'm allowing this to be loving and intimate. I'm allowing myself to be authentic and sharing, and that's the allowance frequency, the divine feminine. And always bringing it back to love, just as we are as caretakers and mothers and ambassadors. So allowing it to be let go, as we've talked about in our many radio shows, that's mastery. Allowing it to be let go. We don't have to control or suppress or reel in anything to match our egoic expectations or what our parents taught us. And that's the healing of the family, that many of these techniques and tips that we bring forward. Because as you allow your divine soul essence to be all that it is in this malleable state of love, in this malleable state of co-creativity, so too will it be ever evident, required for all family members to be in this state of allowing, divine allowance, divine sacredness in honoring who each being is within the whole, and how their unique path you'll feel into these clicks, and that you say, okay, I get it now. I'm going to let you go. I thought I had to control everything and manage everything and take care of everything and fix everything. That's suppressing their path that they had to come with to learn their certain rules of empowerment and self-creativity and self-honoring of who they are as source. So it's really changing the whole paradigm of who we are within ourselves, our relationship with ourselves first and foremost. The relationship of love and honor and acceptance and allowance and self-creativity and integrity and discernment and compassion, all of those God vibrations, those source vibrations, which is what all masters came here to teach and show and emulate. The Christ consciousness is the emulation of our allness. That's what the Christ consciousness is. It's not threaded in any one dogma. It's vast and infinite. And so when we speak of Christ consciousness, the God consciousness, it transcends all dogma, all dogma, all dogma, all dogma. It's the vastness of all that we are opening into. And it's vast. It's truly infinite, limitless, vast, undefinable, indescribable, cannot be put in a box, doesn't want to be put in a box. It really wants to be liberated. And this is the liberation of the soul, the liberation of human experience. And it requires that we allow, fully allow those moments of release, fully allow those moments of, okay, I get it now. I've allowed this compassionate essence of me to come forward, as opposed to, the energies that I've been brought up in healing are the be that hard, putting all these walls up that you've got to deal and manage everything and not show your vulnerability and not show your softness, because we've come from such hard experiences where you've had to protect yourself, you've had to, keep people at arm's length, and that's all changing. Really, truly is. It's coming down. Really, really is. Because you'll find that with these energies that were being offered, in particular this month and throughout the upcoming years, is that anywhere where you're holding yourself back from love, from yourself first, always, and from others, and you're putting walls around you in fear of whatever it might be that the fear is bringing in, that you've been taught or beliefs you've carried that aren't yours, whatever it might be, doesn't matter what you define it or how you define it, doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you're keeping at arm's length, or you're keeping behind the walls, or whatever it is that's holding love from flow, that divine sacred source is here at the divine center, is your sacred heart. That's where the divine Holy Mother Father exists within you, is here, that sacred altar. And if love is not flowing, and if that experience is not allowing to be expressed and creatively given and received, then they will cause the frictions in your everyday reality. And you will feel them in those that you co-create with, the children, the family, the friends, the spouses, whatever it might be. And so this will be a space, a heart space, where you'll feel that tightening, or you'll feel that or you've got to hide things and your shoulders will kind of crimp it. So those are all the physical manifestations of not living in divine flow. Because when you're living in divine flow, you can feel your body open and your heart, shoulders go back. And it's just that magnificence of who you are within creation and out in nature, and you're feeling creative and curious and all of these experiences that is flowing and loving and accepting and allowing. So just pay attention to how your body reacts, in certain moments. And then say, hey, tune in. I'm tuning into my multidimensional knowledge, my physical body, the physical, the mental, the emotional, the etheric. My physical body is telling me something because I feel really clenched. How can I allow love to flow? And just say, before I might have acted in a very judgmental way, but I really practicing opening into a better, more expansive, more loving version of me. And so you're going to see me act and behave in different ways, but I'm really excited about it. And be truthful and be simple and be authentic about it, so that the flow of Source Creator begins to expand and grow within you as you begin to love who you are in this new arena of allowance. And really that's what the higher vibrational frequencies of Earth are. There's so many different vibrational dimensions of Earth right now that each of us are experiencing and co-creating within. What we think and what we feel and what we project creates those vibrational templates. And so what we're inspiring, all that my passion is to help with, inspire and remind, because I've been through so much of the Ascension process, so blessed and honored to have the many councils and the beings never have given up on me and always inspired me to continue moving, because that new cycle is here and now. To inspire the profundity of the unseen. And those are those new consciousness templates that we create through higher vibrational behaving, through higher vibrational knowing, that inner knowing that you are precious, that you are sacred, and bringing that sacredness into your everyday life, bringing that intimacy and sacredness for intimacy into your life. Changing the way you do your meals in your home into perhaps a more sacred and blessed and honored way. And they can be small steps of vibrational change that you can feel the difference in the shift. Whoa. And every new awakening that you move through, you'll feel and you'll sense the timing that your children in your home goes through as well. And so you'll find fun things to do to bless in new sacred cycles. Whether that's the clearing of the home or putting new flowers, changing the furniture, bringing in new essences, flowers, and the essential oils. Kids can really shift their energy chemistry, the biochemistry within their body through essences and smells. And so those that are crystalline, the crystalline children, they can shift their chemistry within their body if they're moving through very high stressful times, especially this being the last month of the year, exam time, test time. Essential oils work really well. Citrusy essential oils for positivity and just lightening the mood. Any of the citrus oils, bergamot. I use bergamot. I love bergamot. And the air purifiers. So just bring in those sacred frequencies of smell, herbal drinks, and just bringing in those things that you're guided to bless and to inaugurate. My teams have been giving me that word lately. And initiate these new energies of sacredness and sacred living. And you'll find that these little series of special and sacred moments that you choose to bring in allow you to feel more sacred and honored in who you are in your skin, right? Because that's really what it's all about, is moving and walking in this beautiful flow of being Christed and being beautiful and being godly, which we, as humans, there's been sects of beautiful, kind of underground, temples and teachings in our ancient times where we truly understood the goddess and the godhood. But in the human liberation, it's becoming our everyday experience now because of the energies we exist within. I mean, there's so many miracles. This morning, just to give you an example, I went out to change the hummingbird feeder. I change it every week. And as I was holding it, like this in front of my, 2 feet in front of me, a hummingbird just came up and, looked right at me as it hovered, and it started drinking out of the hummingbird feeder in my hand. And as it sat there and for 10 or 12 seconds was drinking the fluid that was in there. There was only a little bit left. And it looked straight at me, and its beautiful beak and its wings were doing the infinity. And I was hearing it flutter, and it was just incredible. And I was just like in awe. But these are the energies that we're able to commingle and behave within it. I was just like, wow, this hummingbird, like right here. And so these are the beautiful source loving energies that as you awaken and expose and really become intimate and okay with sharing your intimacy and okay with sharing your vulnerability and okay with sharing who you are at the heart level, you're allowing all of those experiences to be synchronously offered to you. And these are the paths that our children are now co-creating and opening within. So as we set that example, we're opening that field of higher vibrational play for them to be okay with who they are as crystalline children, as vast seers and vast sensors of energy beyond what we ever had identification for in our awakening. I understood as a crystalline child coming here. I was born in 1969. And so being born in that era as a crystalline child, which I've written about in my books, the experiences and things that I moved through, but it's magnified for them because their crystalline and their DNA are all at different frequencies of our awakened consciousness. So you can imagine that they're ready. They're tuned on and they're ready, and they get excited and they can communicate, and they're ready to start living in a multidimensional way that goes far beyond what we can even have words for. We don't have words for what they're ready to create. But it's why I'm so excited and inspired to continue really exploring in as many ways as I can with sound and tone and nature. It's been a part of my Akash in many different lifetimes and different star systems and the beings that I'm working with. And so I've been explaining in many of the different offerings that I've been moving through is many of the videos and many of the offerings will be I'll be allowing the energy to move through me in different ways because there's a level of encodings that's coming through me that I've become aware of through the Christ consciousness as a conduit. I'm aware of the energy living through me as I allow and I open for the energy to live through me. And those encodings go into the fields and they go into the Christ consciousness energies that we all exist within, that we are. So those that open to the offerings have that potential to tune into those encodings just through your intention, through the opening of your field. I'm ready to connect with these higher frequency fields of codes, and the codes go into your field. And then as you sleep and as you move about and as you act on your excitement, you can pull in those codes to begin behaving in your higher dimensional vibrational way. offering your higher vibrational dimensional gifts and patterns of uniqueness. And you'll find it quite natural. You know, you might be just walking about and you'll start preparing food in different ways. You start picking things off, you know, the herbs that you had in your garden that you never really used, because you'll sense those skills and gifts coming online, and to create sacred food, sacred drinks, teas, anything like that will become just innate and natural, and you'll just start connecting with it. Or, you know, seeing the kids out in the garden, just understanding plants without having any education about it, you know, that we've taught them per se. You know, what I was given a little while ago through a channel was that there's many children here that are highly vibrational, in tune with nature and with the genetics of nature, with the biochemistry of nature, and they're here to really co-create in magnificent ways, helping the planet. So it's really fun that we can now authentically play in the garden. We can authentically play with nature and with herbs and bring the children in on those experiences. It's all a part of our weaving. And, you know, from the very first time that I've received visions, it's always been a very fluid and a liquid experience for me in these fields that I see threads of vibration and threads and particles of energy. And it's always an interweaving of who we are as energy beings, of who we are as energy essence of source, coming to life now in physical form as we create it, because we create the physical form in every moment. We create it. It's illusory, but we're still creating our experience of the physical. We can shift and change that now that we're awake and aware to it, and we acknowledge all that we are as co-creators of it, as source. I'm a co-creator of source. I'm a co-creator of source. I'm a co-creator of the reality, and I'm threading and I'm weaving. And these are these higher vibrational understandings and behavings, so that we begin to co-create and love and be that opening offering of who we are at the source soul level. And so it's really beautiful. But this month, with the energies that were being offered, you know, take greater time for rest and care. Self-care we've been talking about for the last, I guess, year now. You're really taking more intuitive responsibility when your body says it's time to rest, or if there's certain foods or more water or any type of herbs that you're connecting with in your meditations, or asking, you know, is there an herb or is there an essential oil that will help me right now? So my teams, when we do intuitive readings, I tune into the color, I tune into sound, and I tune into any herbs or essential oils, any other nature element that will assist that person in not only awakening who they are, but what to work with, you know, and connect with energetically. Because at different times of your awakening, it might be a scent or a smell. It might be an activation of a sacred geometry or color. So always play, you know, tune into your inner guidance, tune into what you're excited to work within and play, and inspire it for the kids, you know, empower and inspire and be the guide, and let them explore. Let them explore, let them explore, let them explore, because their exploratory imaginings are far beyond, you know, what we can imagine. Really, really, really is. You know, I sometimes see my youngest son. It's just his so much going on, and I can feel and I can sense the threading of what's going on as he's tabulating and understanding and bringing in information and creating it at the same time. You know, and it's really magnificent to see. And there will be changes, you know, in our future systems of sacred living, you know, as communities, sacred communities, and how the children will learn in different ways and explore in different ways. It really will be an exploratory energy, you know, really. That's what schools will become. It will be exploratory and designing through their own uniqueness. So it's really quite exciting. And so this month is really about opening and the intimacy of who you are as source, deepening that essence of source. And what I've found for my own experience is, as you deepen within the source and awaken the source within your heart chakra, again, takes you to a deeper level of self-acceptance. Because as we're awakening to the soul self, remember, you're also awakening to those galactic and universal memories, your earthly memories. You might not understand it. You might not see the Akasha or understand that experience doesn't fit for what's going on right here and now. And I've explained that in my books. That's when you know that it's in another dimensional frequency that you're healing, is when you're moving through a life experience that doesn't necessarily make sense for here and now. You have this profound moment of self-lack, but everything else in your life seems to be looking as if, well, I felt that I had great self-care and some of those threads are from other timelines that you're healing. And as you do heal that, and as you do bring in your self-love and your self-abundance, abundance of who you are. And we're going to talk about that in probably another offering, because it's something I'm just feeling into, self-abundance. And self-abundance is the value that you hold as thyself, the love that you hold as thyself. And so just sharing this way uniquely and authentically and sharing with you, is my way of feeling into my self-abundance and being ignited and inspired by it just now. But really, because I've been healing lack of self, that self-value and that self-worth. But really, just in doing this, just being inspired and ignited through the self-abundance that I never really said before. And it's threading and being able to open who I am as an intimate being of love and light, and knowing that I have value, and I am here to offer all that I am as a valued essence of source. And it takes a lot of healing and practice to go through, all of the releases that we've been going through. And it doesn't have to be, deep and huge, and, it doesn't have to feel so heavy. It doesn't have to be, it can be quite light and fun. And this is where we're bringing this forward, as having it to be fun. Moving into that self-intimacy by creating intimate moments at mealtime, intimate moments within your house, how you set up your home for the day. We all have that, that time in the morning where we prepare for the day, and have that be fun and sacred for you. Maybe dance around, maybe do yoga or Pilates in a new way, and have sounds or flowers, crystals, talk to the crystals. So all of those things are ways that you can bring in intimacy and bring in that source engagement and bring in that Gaia love that's ready to connect and move with us in new ways, sacredly. And so for the energy frequencies for today, thank you so much. We're going to do our Earth card from beautiful Alana Fairchild. I love her decks. This is one of her new ones, Earth Warriors Oracle. And we'll do our animal deck for the Gaia animals. We've had amazing experiences with animals. With the hummingbird, that was just probably one of my most profound moments. That's never ever happened before. I've been trying, so we're always running to the window to try and get pictures of the hummingbird, but they're so fast. They're so fast. This is crazy. They're the most, I find all nature, I'm just in awe. Sometimes my kids laugh at me. I'll just stop at the smallest minute thing that perhaps many people might just walk by, and I'm just, in awe. Did you see that? Did you see that? And I just find such magnificence about all nature and all love. And so it's just mind-boggling. The hummingbird looked right at me, just like inches away from me, just sat there and looked at me, and its wings, I could see its wings and I can hear. It was just magnificent. That's really beautiful. So thank you, Source Creator, and thank you, Gaia, and thank you all of the Elohim and the spirits and the nature energies for allowing me to co-create and entangle with you today as we connect from our divine sacred hearts and our divine sacred gathering, as knowing all moments is being blessed, and all moments are authentic in our sharing, and all moments are our ability to come forward in new expansive ways as we explore all that we are, as we express all that we are, and we experience who we are as love and light. So we thank you. Okay. And this energy card is Amaru. Perfect. Just goes so synchronistic, of course. And this is a beautiful Amaru card. And we take in the beautiful, I have many paintings from this artist. Her name is Mariposa, and she's on Etsy.com. And she's a beautiful artist. Really magnificent, bringing in all of the elements of the land and the earth and the various earth changes. And the sacred divine mother, and the butterfly and the lion. And there's, of course, if you see in the very middle, There's that Hawaiian flower and the two hummingbirds right here, and the butterfly and the new baby, and the lion, the various flowers and the volcanoes, and the horse. I mean, there's just so much symbolism there. That's why I just love her stuff. So, if you're really, connected with all of the entanglement that we live in and exist within, her art is just so, it's just so beautiful. And so the earth energy card for this, so that horse is coming forward from that card right now, and it's actually a unicorn. And the unicorn is the frequency and the majesty of the Christ consciousness that we exist within. And all forms of the experience that we know as Amaru is each and every one of you come into your full frequency of love and light and sacred play as the new young child that you are, the new young birth that you are, bringing forward your sacred oneness in all things, knowing that all things small and grand and big and wide that you see within your reality are all part of you. It's all part of your experience to be one within the all, and you're being reborn in all moments. And how sacred and how beautiful that it is that you know yourself to be this way. So that source in the grand benevolency of all that source is, and the sacred laughter that joy has within your belly. This is the essence of source in new life. That new life is spawned from your excitement, that new life is spawned from your inspiration, that new life is spawned from the very joy to be who you are, to be the experience and the embrace of who you are. Can you give yourself a hug? To know yourself as the essence of the energies within the earth, to know yourself within the energies of the streams that run, and the volcanoes that just want to sputter and spit out to say, hey, I'm here too. For it's all a movement within the grander song of creation. And can you be still and present within that as the sacred God and Goddess that you are? Knowing that you can bring forward new life, that you can be spawned within the consciousness of the majesty and the miracles and the magic of the moments, that all nature comes to show you, whether it be insect or whether it be a magical fairy tale being that you're going to see sometime in and out of your fanciful dreams and your meditations. For it's just telling you that we're just beyond the veil of what you know to be true. Can you feel yourself within the sacredness of these pretendings and these musings? For it's all real, don't you know? It's all real for you to tap within the essence of who you are as spirit, within the elements of source, within the elements of the sand, the water. Within your opening your heart, wishing to be a little bit more intimate with yourself. For are you allowing yourself your dreams and your visions and your fanciful notions to become true? This is what we want to inspire you with today, dear ones. For as did you know, the planet that you very stand upon, the room that you sit within, is a blessing and a gift. It's your environment, dear ones, that you're able to co-create within and to create such majesty and to create such notions of play and magic. Are you feeling into the fact that you have dreams and you have these inspirations? You even call them fairy tales of the unknown. The unseen and the unknown might not really be real, but let me tell you, it is. Can you allow yourself the permission? Can you allow yourself the allowance to know that you're the creator of it as you deep within it? Can you see yourself within it? Can you feel yourself within the hummingbird and the wings that move the way that they do? For you're seeing the uniqueness of the wings and the way that they are, so you are within it. You're observing it, you are. And why it feels so magical, because you remember yourself as it. That's your God moment, connecting to you in that holographic version of you saying, I'm God, seeing you, seeing me, seeing you, let's play. Does that make sense, dear ones? You are the God, you are the Goddess, rebirth and new life, so that the children that come after you and before you and all around you, they will. They'll circle your feet saying, what do you know? You seem you got a magical essence about you. You're like the fairy tales that we've read. There's something coming out of your heart that we can see and we can sense and we can feel, and it's something different we've never sensed before. Are you one of our teachers? Are you one of the sacred ones that's gathering that we've seen in our dreams? That you're going to show us things that are in the unseen? Because you know that your hearts are going to create it. So you're bringing in the magic, aren't you? For the little ones that come to you, are we going to create some magic now? We've seen you in our dreams and they've sent me to you. We're gathering around your feet, for you're going to remind us, and it's just going to take a moment, don't you know? It's going to take that moment through which, just as we are now, showing you that magic is in all moments, and how may you create it? Do you need permission, dear ones? Permissions within your hearts to live as the majesty and the blessing that you are. Give yourself permission to know that all moments you're magically creating with all nature, with all sizes. The divine and heavenly earth that you are. And it's creating a beautiful place that is the Amaru. The new sacred garden. Blessed by the seed thoughts, blessed by the seed intentions, blessed by the seed song, blessed by your authentic ability to be who you are. Just say to your friends and your family, I might be acting a bit weird, but that's okay. Shake it off. It's who I am now. I want to be a little crazy. I want to be a little authentic. Is that okay with you? And if it's not, that's okay, because it's okay with me. Because I'm getting guidance from within. I'm getting guidance from who I am now. And it's much bigger than I ever thought. And it really wants me to play and create some magic, for it's who I am. I've come here to be a little magical. And I'm okay with that. I get to say it now, and I'm okay with it. I get to be that little piece of magic to God that looks at me just in front of God's hand, just as the hummingbird did. And the hummingbird looked at me saying, your magic, are you going to remember? Are you going to remember? Are you going to remember? And in that moment, I just remembered that split version of me. The essence of such elegance, to hover in mid-space and mid-air. So utterly profound. The essence of love and light, guided with great love through the heavenly counsels and the heavenly versions of all that we are in all things and all moments, through nature, through the scenes, through the simplicity of just opening in love and allowing love and expressing love so simply as each of us are able to express love and be love in the vastness of all that we are. And we thank you, Gaia Consciousness. We thank you, the elementals. And we thank you, the masters and the tribes within the inner earth, within all sacred rocks and mountains. And we thank you, the archangels and Archangel Michael, for being with us in this moment of now. Thank you for the energies, Divine Mother and Source within us all. Thank you. And allow the children to come forward and show you and express their majesties and their magic within. If they could become magical, what would they create? Having these playful conversations and these playful dialogues at your meal times, at special times when you're in the car driving, these small moments of interplay and intimacy are profound remembrances of the divine within. And so thank you. And our animal card today from our animal deck. It's this one. Call it Baron Reed. It's a beautiful spirit animal deck. And children will often pick a card because they're so connected with animals and nature. And they'll pick a card and allow them the grace and allow them the room and the space to have their own interpretations of what their meanings are, just to inspire them to call forward the source within them, the entanglement that they have with nature and all that is love. And that's really what is holding space as parents. We're changing our ideas and concepts of parenting, and we're really holders of space for sacred living. We're allowing them the space to create. We're allowing them the space to fall down and get back up. We're allowing them the space to understand that they can heal their bodies and their understandings and the negative programming that is everywhere in our society. And having it be okay to be exactly in the moment that they're in. Part of the great learning that I've gone through is letting go of the understanding and the idea that I've had to fix everything and make the path so easy for them. And really letting go of that and allowing them to have their own sacred journey and holding space for that in whatever moment that is offered for them. And really that sacred space is also, giving them that unconditional inspiration and empowerment to know that they are the divine beings of light. And just as this card, they are the divine essence of all of this, and using visionary examples like nature, sacred geometry to show them and express different concepts and ideas that they can muse about and then go in different ways. It's really allowing and accepting and, letting go of our perspectives of what we thought, the old ideals of what a good parent was. And each of us have different expectations and different belief systems that we're all healing and we're letting go of. And this is why so many are going to be honoring that sacred path. It's a journey, really. It's a sacred journey of who you are in every moment, and letting go. Well, that's how it was last week, but right now that doesn't feel good anymore. There's a lot of control in parenting, and those are the ideals and the paradigms that we're stepping out of, and allowing it to be more sacred, allowing it to be more aligned with source, really giving all children divine credit and benevolence and love and knowingness, really giving them that knowingness that they are profound. They walk forward in profundity, that they always have been and are and breathed as. That inner knowing, that inner confidence then allows them to walk forward in that great essence of who they are as beings of light to create, so that their healings will be much different than our healings. That we've had to walk forward in much lack of self. And that's the beautiful journey of evolution for humanity. It's really these really profound shifts of paradigms that are truly opening in liberated ways that are really soulfully aligned with source. And the animal card for this is the parrot spirit. And the parrot energy, it says, watch your words. And this is really, really benevolently aligned this month. This month is the summer solstice and really intense. I've always found that the summer solstice energies are historically, for me, what I've felt more profound energies in the summer than usually any other time. In the fall, summer and the fall are really big for me. I guess they all are, they all really are. But this summer solstice is a big one for humanity and the energies that were being offered. And the parrot spirit is, the understanding of watching your words. And watching your words, we want to soften that, and we want to offer forward the understanding that the elegance of your words. So we're shifting the vibration of that. And the elegance of your words, and the parrots are usually those beings that come forward and they give you their attention. Squawk, squawk, squawk. They're giving you their attention. They're telling you that they're here. And those are those energies in your life as you're walking through your moment for moment life that are saying, hey, there's something coming up that's not quite balanced here. Let's have a look at it. And you are aware that these happen. You're aware that these occur. And sometimes that you're just saying, I just don't have time to understand this. I'm just going through a huge release right now. I'm going through something on my own, and I'm just like, I can't deal with all of it. And we have those moments. But this is a softening into understanding the elegance and the vibration of your words so that they carry you through into a transformative experience in that next moment. So that regardless of what you're going through, you can center and breathe and ground and say that this is really calling my attention, and I'm going to stop, and I'm going to turn inward. And this is what I really want to say. It might not be yes right now, but perhaps in the future. I just need a few more minutes to nourish who I am right now. I'm feeling a bit depleted. So that's allowing your words to become elegant in the shifts and the changes and the acceleration, or what you might be poked and prodded at to deal with now. Because that's the acceleration. It's showing you that this is really important now. And it's an example of how we set the self up for this new reality experience. Are you going to take time and let go of those things that you thought in old world reality that really had to be done? The checklists, the duty list, the lists of all of those tangible to-dos. The old world reality is doing. New world reality is being. I choose to just be still and silent for a bit. I just need some time with the nature and with Gaia. I just need some time in a tub, resting and nourishing your body. Or it might be time with the children to play. You might need to be reminded to play, to have that sacred song, and allowing that voice to come forward, allowing that voice to be heard, allowing that voice to stand within its own power, because that voice is the essence of the soul. Standing and speaking its truth to create new realities that you're sown within, that you're threaded within, that you are. So there's always a new vibration that you can twist and turn and you can make it your own. And it's through that inner guidance that you say, these next words that come out of my mouth, they're allowing me to create my reality. I just want it to be so loving. I'm ready for love. I allow myself and I give myself permission to feel the love that I speak. For as you speak the words, you feel them. And as you let go of all those walls and those barricades that kept you so separate, and you're opening into intimacy and you're opening into your love, you get to feel the words of Source, the vibration of Source in words. And that was the idea that's been written in scripture and text, that is part of the majesties that Source offers, is the vibration of sacred word, for its source within it. And why those that have felt the sacredness within our teachings and offerings that have been so blessed through Source. For it's a vibration as it leaves the center of the being through which it's gifted. Unconditional love of Source. Thyself within it, thy words within it, thy speech, thy song, thy dance, thy sacred care of thy body and thy temple. So have awareness and acknowledgement of thy words. Give yourself permission and give yourself the sanctity and give yourself the grace to be okay letting go of those things that are ready to be let go, because it will show you in every moment that it's ready. The higher self and the soul of you is saying, are you ready to let go of the ideals you thought you had to achieve or measure up to? Those are old ideals that are falling away. Because it was the more you did, the more you earned, the more are the old world ideologies that do not align with Source energies and vibrations of higher platform, higher vibrational sacred living. These are vibrational experiences of sacredness. And how one feels empowered and soulful and intimate and creative just sitting on the grass for an hour. In old world perspectives, that might look crazy. You're not doing anything. You're not earning any money. You're not controlling the children. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Those are controlled ideologies in every facet of our socioeconomic systems. It's all coming down because the consciousness is sacred. It's aligned with Source and unconditional love. So how may thy words and how may we create sacredness? How may we create that intimacy from within and share it without? I choose in this moment to see myself as a blessed being of creation, that every word that leaves my lips will be care. They will be courteous. They'll be kind. For I understand that all beings before me are an aspect of me and I'm one with it. All aspects before me are aspects of Source. And how may I speak as Source, for Source, through Source, to Source? For the one before you is God, is it not? The light ships in the sky are God, are they not? The trees, the house, the home. How may you entangle and thread and weave yourself as all as Source, as it is, as you are? This is living in awareness that you are all vibrational essence of love. And even if a moment shall cross your path that you have created from old thought paradigms and belief paradigms ready to be transformed, you may allow it in your magnificence. I allow all things just to be. For I understand that I have the capabilities. I have everything that I am within me as Source. I ask Source to come forward in my highest guidance. How may I resolve this? And with all that I am, with all that I trust myself to be, even if you might not feel the trust, but allow yourself the permission to know that you can garner the vibration of trust. For Source is with you in all moments. Source and you are one. I trust all that I am in this moment of now, and this will be resolved in the highest and the most benevolent way for the all. And bless that trust, and bless that higher knowing, and bless those projections. This will be resolved. There will be a benevolent outcome. I will see a beautiful outcome to this that will serve the all, that will serve my highest experience that I can create within. I see the potentials that are even beyond what my higher self can see. I feel this experience that things are going to resolve, things are going to miraculously fall into place. I know it. I know that what I say next is going to affect the projection of what I walk on. I'm projecting that energy. I'm projecting that reality. I'm projecting, I'm creating. I'm a muse of source. I want to make it the best I can. I'm here. I want to create. I'm ready. And that vibration of excitement, that vibration of inner knowing, that vibration of inner clarity shifts your entire reality, and off you go. Such elegance in who you are, dear ones, as creators. You are the creator of your own beautiful world, and that's what we want to leave you with. Thought, word, and deed, the whispers of source within you, as within, so without. In all things, source is, love is, you are. So it is. May the divine and the entangle with the divine and the all, as our divine and sacred offerings, sharing of our heart with yours. And we thank you once again, dear lighted ones, for joining us in this weekly entanglement of sacred sharing and sacred communion within our soul tribe, in the beautiful galaxy and the councils and all of the beings and consciousness that we exist within and without. And we thank you dearly. And this is Joanna signing out, and blessing each and every one of you, allowing yourselves to have a beautiful week, play, get lots of rest and nourishment, and drink lots of water. With these beautiful summer energies that we're being blessed within, and give yourself love and lots of encouragement and empowerment to know that you are beautiful and you are held within the divine sacred hands of Source Creator and within the heart of Source Creator. And as you open up to honor it and experience it, you'll be shown in every way the beautiful majesties in nature that just come to you, through you, for you. So thank you. This is Joanna, and saying bye.